Welcome to World of Marketing Podcast, a Foster Web Marketing production. Here's your host, Tom Foster.
We're talking about Between Two Ferns here with my friend Alex Hambrick on the World of Marketing. So Alex Hambrick of Ngage, can I still say that? Or do I have to say it, like add on the other things to it?
No, but you do need to include the honorific, so Alex Hambrick, the Lord
Esquire.
Esquire, yes.
Right, I understand. Okay, so Lord Alex.
Yeah, it's sort of like a Game of Thrones kind of situation.
So Alex, you are the VP at Ngage, and we've known each other for a long time, and
almost 10 years now.
Yes, and wow, that is a long time.
It is depressing. I grew up. You're like a surrogate father to me.
I knew you were just a little teenager.
Yeah.
And I was influencing you badly.
Snorting crushed up nicotine tablets.
I wasn't going to bring that one up. You did.
I did. I'm going there.
That was an interesting evening.
Chris Christie was at the end of that bar.
That's right. It was the Republican.
The young Republican speaker.
Yeah. That's right.
And it was great because all of the young
we just had Ben Glass walk in on our podcast.
Hi, Ben.
That's pretty damn cool. He does this all the time. This is what he does. It's his thing. But it's pretty. If you're going to have anybody walk in on your podcast, it's good to have Ben Glass do it.
Either Ben Glass or Chris Christie.
Yeah, or Chris Christie.
Yeah.
I'll take Ben.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I will too. My favorite part, though, was all of the young Republicans staring at us business people in total awe and rapture.
You were snorting... What? Nicotine tablets. Crushed up nicotine tablets.
Yeah.
We're getting off track here. This is about the world of marketing.
It is.
And the reason why we're talking to you, besides the entertainment, is that you're the VP of Ngage. Ngage is probably the most powerful, popular chat program for the legal space. Would you argue with me on that?
I would not.
Okay. And you guys pretty much invented chat for the legal space.
Yeah, pretty much. We started back in late 2008, early 2009, and there's certainly a lot of other chat providers out there. We just we kind of got lucky in that the legal niche was something that nobody had really explored, and we hit it hard and fell ass backward into a lot of clients.
And you but you did a good job. I mean, like that, you and the team did a really good job on creating a chat program that worked and wasn't just like what everybody else was doing at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you really were in the science of it, and you still are.
That's where being a very large nerd is very handy.
Yes.
Being arms deep in the numbers of it all.
So people often ask me, it's funny that you say that, because people often ask me, what should I do? They're Ngage or Apex or whatever these other ones are. It's usually Ngage or Apex. And I'm like, well, I just love working with Alex because you're a great guy, and, you're always honest, and, you always consult the data, and you just are easy to work with. And,
So you lie to people.
Apparently. Interview over.
Womp womp.
No, but seriously, I mean, of all the people that I've suggested work with you, they've all come back and said it's just been a great experience. And, lead that comes in doesn't work. It's not for them. You guys don't, no hassle. You got a great back platform. You are the very first company that we actually created an API for.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's right. And so the Ngage chats flow into DSS, and that's always we've always worked very well together with you guys.
Yeah, and we love y'all too. You guys have been awesome. Easily the best web company that we've worked with.
Why did you everybody hear that? We're going to put that out there. That Alex Hambrick of Ngage were the very best web company.
Yeah, if you need a pull quote.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're the very best chat company, and I tell people that too. But yeah, so you got to stay on top of it because you got competitors coming all the time. And I was asking you earlier about, what about this bot chat business? So how do you tell somebody when that calls up, like I'm a client or prospect, What's the difference, Alex? Why should I choose you over these other guys or bots or whatever?
Well, so one thing in general is, even if it's a bot or a competitor or really anything, having some type of live chat is better than having nothing. And it
right.
It benefits all of us, because the more people who are using live chat in whatever form it takes, the more it legitimizes it and makes it a have-to-have thing. So I'd rather share.
Are people really asking, do they have to have it these days still? I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, so I was actually just having a conversation with Chris O'Brien from Captora earlier about this. So if I had to back of the napkin math, I would say that there's, between all of the live chat providers out there, there's probably maybe 10,000 law firms using chat of some kind.
And there's like 1 million law firms.
There's 1.7 million lawyers, but in terms of law firm websites,
right.
I'm ballparking maybe 100 to 150,000.
Sure.
So that's 1 out of 15. So that means 14 out of 15 people are definitely asking themselves, do I even need live chat?
Well, it's funny because, and I just thought of this because I wanted to talk to you about this, because I have this conversation with people. They'll be like, well, I used to have chat, but I discontinued it because it was just getting me bad cases. And I said, that's not because of chat. You're getting bad cases because of the content on your website that's bringing people to the website. Or the content's not relevant to the kind of cases that you're getting. Yeah. Because the chat's only going to be as good as people that come there because they've typed in a search or your brand or whatever.
Exactly.
Right? The chat person is just a facilitator of intake.
It's
nothing to do with traffic.
Exactly. It's a tool that it will...
It's a conversion tool.
Yeah. It'll get you more of what you already have. So if you like what you already have, you'll probably like chat.
That's great.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what you have, you're going to get more crap.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because it just hypes up the conversion. So if you are a lawyer that is getting good traffic, but not a lot of conversion, chat's something that you can do to help with conversion. But if you're getting traffic that is not good traffic anyway, it's just going to heighten that. It's just going to frustrate you even more, because then you're just going to get a bunch of people call you up that aren't going to hire you.
Exactly. And honestly, I think it would be sort of a red flag if somebody was getting a lot of traffic, but none of it was converting, because I'd want to ask myself, why is that the case? Why do you have so many visitors? Is it the visitors? Is it your site? Did you pick a terrible color scheme? What's
These are
going on?
the conversations I have all the time.
I bet.
Yeah. They're like, why? Well, there's no call to action. How about a call to action? I mean, that's something about chat, is that's just a call to action that pops up. How can I help you? And that's what I don't understand, why people don't do it. Why not? I mean, you guys are so gracious and so good. Like, you credit them if it's not a good lead. So there's no argument, right? I mean, you guys don't make them take it, right?
We don't, no.
I mean, like, even sometimes you're probably like, that was a good lead that they...
Sometimes, many times, we look at these credit requests and we're like,
right,
okay,
yeah,
sure, Jan,
right. But I mean, anybody that's on the fence about getting chat on there, that's just silly, because it's going to help you convert. Period.
I mean, I think that for a large number of lawyers, they are still stuck with the perception that we in the marketing world have to fight every day, of the legal profession needing to be this noble, above it all type of arrangement. And so stooping to the level of a proactive live chat is just beneath them.
Is that really what you hear?
Between the lines, yes.
Really?
Between two lines. It's
that was pretty good.
Thank
that
you.
was back to the between two ferns.
Yeah.
Cool.
Call back.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. It really is reading between the lines, because a lot of people will simply dismiss chat out of hand because I don't do that, or no, chat's not for me. And when you've had that conversation, God, probably literally 10,000 times, the common threads really start to show themselves. And what people are really saying there is, I'm not a believer in marketing yet. Eventually.
Well, they don't like change. They like their
Yes.
old whatever, yellow pages, and a lot of lawyers, as you know, because that's exactly what you're saying. A lot of lawyers are taught or told that if you have to market, you're not a good lawyer. And
it's frustrating as hell because one of the things that we've been exposed to now that we've been acquired by Internet Brands, who owns Avo, Lawyers.com, WebMD.
You have?
We have.
What?
Flash breaking news.
That happened. I'm just kidding. That happened like years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Hello, everyone.
Definitely the high point of the conference, though, was Bob Battles.
Exactly.
Congratulating. Yeah.
Good job, Bob. Way to go, waking up.
We love you,
Ichabod
Bob.
Crane. Hey, did you get that? That was pretty good. Ichabod Crane.
Oh.
No, that's the wrong reference.
The Headless Horseman?
Yeah, that's the wrong one. What am I thinking of? The guy that slept 20 years. Who's that
Rip
dude?
Van Winkle.
Yeah. It doesn't work as well.
Yeah, we'll need to workshop that. Maybe in post-production you can dub in
this
a better...
podcast is going horribly out of control, spiralling.
Yeah, it's...
Anyway,
I'll forcibly redirect it. So shameless plug, we got acquired. We're big boys now. But what we've really been exposed to...
But that hasn't really changed the internal operation.
It hasn't. We have basically the same level of autonomy that we did before. It's just more opportunities to extend the reach of Engage. Yeah. And one of the things that really fascinates me, especially when looking at non-legal properties like WebMD or, say, Cars Direct, is the sheer number of people who have no clue whatsoever that they need an attorney or could use an attorney.
Sure.
And these are people that are not going to get a lawyer, and they need help. And then you have the established legal bar saying, if you don't market, or if you have to market, you're not a good attorney. That's basically saying, if you have to help people, you're not a good attorney. What message is that sending to every lawyer out there?
And people, like a lot of lawyers, think that what you said is 100% true, and that's because they think that marketing, just the act of marketing, is somehow perverse or bad. And sure, there's a lot of people that have taken marketing to the extreme.
Sure.
And a lot of plaintiff lawyers, PI lawyers, the Hammer or whatever, guys don't want to be associated with that. That's fine. I mean, it's always about marketing to being authentic to your marketing, like being comfortable with what you're doing.
Yes.
But marketing is really just getting your brand out there. And a lawyer's brand is his name.
Yep.
Even if he's at a big firm. It's his own name that people remember. And it's something as simply as just brand marketing, making sure that when people type in Alex Hambrick, attorney at law, that they find you, right? And
they don't find... So this is a true story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I was just talking about this and how it makes me want to cry. There's another Alex Hambrick, and not a common name.
No, I would...
So there's one other, and when you Google Alex Hambrick, you find the other Alex Hambrick.
So you got to fix that.
I do, because...
Is he like a mass murderer, or is he a...
Not just a one-time murderer, single serving murder by way of driving drunk. So yeah,
that's not good for the resume.
Probably not good for the podcast either. We might cut
now
that
you've
post,
told people.
But it's oh, he's giving me the "we're gonna cut it" sign. So
Colin's like, we're gonna trim this down to like 3 minutes.
We're gonna that can be part of the director's cut,
Right.
Yeah. Here's Alex talking about DWI murder.
How do we get on that? Oh yeah, brand searching.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, forget like marketing creatively, like niche marketing, and come up with cool stuff like what Ben Glass does and is teaching here at the summit. But just your own brand, even if your own. Because here's the thing, is that and you know this. Everybody, when a prospect calls up and the lawyer talks to them or somebody, they say, well, how did you hear about us? And everybody says, the web. And they don't clarify, what did they search? Oh, and so most people that I talk to assume it's whatever they're spending on pay-per-click because they got to justify their pay-per-click spend.
Right.
So they're, it must have been from that, so it works. But in actuality, most of those are brand-based searches. And if you ask the question, who referred you to me, instead of how did you hear about us? Because no matter what, everybody's going to go to the web. So even if you were referred, so if I say you got to use Alex Hambrick, he's great, people are going to go type that in because that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, what gets me is I really don't like that question, the how did you find out about us? Because frankly, I think it's lazy. There's so many tools out there for finding out that information with greater accuracy and less work for your client. There's no reason not to be using the tools that are available to you, but asking the client seems like such a ham-handed. I'm probably going to piss people off by saying this, but it's lazy because you're making your client do more work, and it's just a weird question. Whenever I get asked that,
how did you hear about us?
Yeah, I'm like I don't know, man.
I like who referred you to us because it implies you get a lot of referrals.
Yeah.
And it also sets the tone for you're going to ask them for a referral.
Oh, see, that's
and plus
clever.
You're going to get a name. Because then they're going to be like, oh, who? Betsy. And then I went and typed your name in Google, in the Google thing, in the Google machine. And then here I am. But that's not a keyword, see? That's a brand search.
Yeah.
And no matter what, so that kind of traffic coming to website, bio, homepage, or whatever because of a brand search, then having chat there to properly respond. Yeah, you're in the right place. Yes, the lawyer can talk to you. They're not available right now. Let me get them to call you right back. That works.
Yeah.
That works like 10 out of 10 times if it's a good case. It might not be a great case for them. They might want to, no thanks, or it's not good, but that's how it's supposed to work, right?
Exactly. And if somebody is doing a brand search like that, it validates the whole experience for them because you're getting to interact with a human being, which on the receiving end of these leads, you're seeing the same chat experience 30, 40 times a month or however many times. And so to you, it can look monotonous and it can look similar, but to the client,
it's a one-time event.
Exactly. They don't know that this is a script that's being followed. They don't know how the interaction is going to go down. To them, it's a source of delight. They get to talk to a human and actually have, to some extent, some part of their problem solved. Now, sure, we're not solving the big problem that they have. We're not fixing whatever it is that is broken for them that causes them to need an attorney, but
you're getting them that much closer.
Exactly. We're solving that problem of wanting just somebody to validate the fact that yes, you have a problem, and yes, that's okay.
And those scripts are empathetic.
Yeah.
When I read them, there's empathy in there. Now, let me ask you that question about the scripting. How much science goes into that?
It's a lot and a little. So there's the creative portion, which is coming up with different ways of saying the exact same thing. And then there's the analytical, which is testing those different iterations. And there's a lot of analytical testing that goes on the engaging, where we really try to constantly be iterating, almost to the point where sometimes clients get annoyed because we're constantly improving, and they're like, man, if I could just go a month where everything stays the same, that would be great. But we like to be...
You guys are good with letting everybody know. You always let us know when you're testing new stuff and all that.
We try.
You're trying to get better. I mean, that's what they want. I mean, you gotta, and it's not like you can shut the internet down. Let me just shut things down for a little bit. You gotta try. You gotta do this test in real time with real time traffic. You can't. I mean, you can do a little bit of testing behind the scenes, but you got to do it with real time traffic.
Exactly, and frankly, I feel like it's the responsibility of people in this market leader type position to push the envelope and to make the entire industry better.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it, who's going to? Nobody. We are basically on the cutting edge, and most of the stuff that we do isn't particularly groundbreaking, it's easy enough to copy, and that's usually what happens. That's the pattern. Is
Sure.
We'll innovate, we'll come up with something new, and eventually other providers catch on and they start doing it too, which is fine because that makes the world a better place. It makes chat better for everybody, and we're helping more people. And so, we definitely had some duds. We've tried some stuff that just didn't work. The great slider pop-up debacle of 2018 that was forced on us by Google. I think we all remember those dark days.
Don't even talk about all the stuff that Google enforces on us and then
exactly.
takes away. They enforce things on us, and then it works better for the websites than Google, and then they take it away if it impacts their.
And then there's
I'm allowed to say this because my son-in-law works for Google, so I can,
nice.
Yeah.
So you have the card, right? Like the Google card that you can play.
No,
you're not that.
I do have a jacket.
Oh, okay.
So I have a jacket from Google. He got me for Christmas last year.
Now, what type of jacket are we talking here? Like members only, blazer?
It's not. No, it's like a North Face.
Oh,
and it's not even a North Face.
Oh,
it's like some other who knows brand.
Yeah, like with the Yeti mugs, they have like confetti.
Yeah.
So you got
that's a funny one.
Thank you. You got the North Face. Yeah, I've seen those around. They're nice.
Yeah, the North Face.
Yeah.
Anyway, Robbie. Yeah, shout out to you, Robbie Daly, at Google, working in the San Francisco office.
Shout out.
Hey, did you know that they have a giant jar of Listerine in all the bathrooms of Google? A giant jar of Listerine.
That's kind of terrifying,
isn't it? Like, is everybody at Google walking around with like horrible breath?
Right, and
they've got to be like, dude, go to the bathroom and do something about it.
Logistically, do people just keg stand underneath the Listerine dispenser? Are there straws?
I took a picture of it. I'll share it with you later.
Okay, I would love to see this because I have so many questions that are non-related to the subject matter.
But it says a lot about search.
It does. It really does. It's
clean.
clean.
Do they feel unclean that they have to like wash their mouth out? Interesting,
filthy
right?
lucre.
See?
Yeah. Washing away the taint of money. Corey's just shaking his head like.
Cole is like,
this is all going to get cut.
This has got to be over. Okay, Alex of Ngage, the premier #1 chat company.
Lord Hambrick, yes.
Yeah, Lord Hambrick. Thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely.
I know that you have other. You always have new stuff coming out. You told me a little bit. It's still a little new.
Yeah.
But I think that when it's a little bit more mature, a little bit more ready to show everybody, we should have another conversation about it.
I would love to. Right now, we've got a bunch of mashed up grapes, and they're on their way to becoming some very delicious, tasty wine.
Hey, how about that's a good one?
Yes. Yeah. We may even distill it into a nice brandy.
Very good.
Cognac.
Thank you, Lord Alex.
You're welcome.
Thank you for bestowing this time.
Thank you.
For us today.
I always love coming here to DC, and it's the one time a year I get to see you in person. It's always a treat. I really enjoy it. Buddy. Yeah.
All right, man. Alex Hambrick. Lord Alex. Thank you for your time for the world of marketing. Ngage. So, how does somebody get in touch with you to set up their chat?
So you can either call me at 512-589-2451 or email me. So this is low-key the best part about getting acquired is it used to be spelling out my email address was the world's biggest pain. It's like alex@engagelive.com. So it's the letter N. It's not like the word engage. Now it's just alex@internetbrands.com.
Oh, that's easy.
Which is so much easier. Yeah, so shoot me an
email.
email.
You don't have to spell it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I still do have to sometimes, and
you have to spell out internet brands?
Correct. And I think people can hear me shaking my head in disappointment when I do. It doesn't earn me a lot of friends.
No, you should be careful about shaking your head.
Yeah.
Like you're doing now at the end of this.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. So, alex@internetbrands.com. If I have to spell it for you. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Internet brands?
Internet Blands.
Okay. Just do a search for Alex Hambrick. He's not the axe murderer.
Correct.
He's the other one.
Yeah, the other the other Alex Hambrick.
Cool, buddy. Great talking to you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. Tom Foster, World of Marketing. Thank you, Cole Smith. Hoorah.
Thank you.